It was a sunny day in LA, and my family was outside barbecuing with the neighbors. There I was, just 7 years old, riding my bike down the steep hill on the next street my mother had warned us to stay away from. Well, I wanted to hang with the big kids, but little did I know this next go round would be my last ride. We made our way around the block and back to the top of the hill. As I make my way downhill, mid-hill, I lose control of the bike pedals. They were spinning so fast that my little legs couldn't keep up. In panic, I pumped the left brake, which I didn't know controls the front tire, so the back tire comes flying over my head, and as the bike flips, my little body is thrown off and tumbles down the rest of the hill. As I'm tumbling and being tossed around at rapid speed, the skin on the left side of my face scrapes off against the cement, and boom, my front teeth come straight through my upper lip. Covered in blood, I get up, run towards my older sister, and with my arms wide open crying for help, she backs away from me. This was the moment where the story, "Something is wrong with me," began to run my life. I allowed my busted lip and a lifelong scar on my face to disempower me for 20 years. It wasn't until I began working on these 3 things that I began to see a different person when I looked in the mirror, one that I could finally see the beauty in. Number 1, my image. Number 2, self-love. And number 3, my mindset. Once I overcame my trauma and began to believe that I am enough just the way that I am, I found myself living an extraordinary life. The life of a possibilitarian. Yeah, you heard that right. I said a possibilitarian. That what I want wants me to life. That everything always works out for me life. That 100% is possible for me 100% of the time life. This new life led me to making some big decisions that were way out of my comfort zone. I let go of my $600, 1-bedroom, rent-controlled apartment in Los Angeles that I had been living in for 10 years. I quit my 9-to-5 and decided to do what I love full-time, travel and dance. I booked a one-way ticket to Buenos Aires, Argentina, somewhere I had never been before. Then I moved to Split, Croatia, where I launched my profitable 6-figure business. From there, I moved to Prague, Czech Republic, where not only did I meet my French husband, but with this new possibilitarian mindset, I approached him. And can you guess where I moved next? Oui, baby. I packed up and moved to Paris, France, where we currently live with our 1-year-old daughter. So today, you will discover for yourself what story has been running your life in order to recreate yourself so that you too can get out of your own way and boldly live a life that you love. Now, who's excited about that? Yes. So now let's dive deeper into the 3 things I did to go from living the pessimistic life and thinking extraordinary things never happened to me, to having the mindset of a possibilitarian, affirming 100% is possible for me 100% of the time. After the bike accident, I struggled with number 1, my image. I was so insecure, I became image-driven. Despite where I had to be and what time I had to be there, I would spend so much time decorating my mask with makeup and long fake hair, extension nails, and glamorous clothing. Now, before I continue, let's be clear. There's nothing wrong with any of this, but I felt incomplete and unworthy. Pretty much, I felt ugly without all of it. You see, I was so caught up in wanting to look beautiful that it took me years of personal development work and feedback to realize I wasn't being beautiful. So one night, I made a powerful yet vulnerable decision to let go of the mask I had been hiding behind. I decided it was time for me to learn how to love who I see when I look in the mirror without all the extras. This moment was about one person and one person only, and that was me. This leads me to the second thing that I worked on, which was self-love. Without the mask on, I knew it was time for me to practice loving myself and being comfortable in my own skin. So I began dating myself. so that I can get used to enjoying my own company. That's right. I set aside one uninterrupted day of the week that was dedicated to dating myself, and boy, did we have a blast. We would go from singing praises in the morning to all-you-can-eat lunch buffets in Little Ethiopia, then off to the spa for a massage, and then manis and petties. And this time around, I decided that getting my real nails done was enough. I also walked away from a toxic relationship with a man I had been on and off with for years and decided to start doing what I love again, which is dancing and traveling. It was all working. I was finally just being, and my confidence boosted. I began trusting my intuition. I was beginning to find my voice, my power, and stand in it. I had never been here before, and let me tell you, I was beginning to feel damn good about who I am and what is possible for me with this new life I was creating. Now, not only did I use Post-it notes to write out positive affirmations and post them all around the house, actually, the last thing I want to touch on is my mindset. Once I was able to recognize all of the limiting beliefs I had allowed to shape my reality and all of the stories I had unconsciously created that I had been holding on to, it was pretty simple. I shifted my self-talk from negative to positive. I went from thinking, I'm not perfect and I'll never be with this scar on my face, to affirming, I am worthy, I am beautiful, and I love my lips. Now you just wait until you get a good look at them. Not only did I use positive Post-it notes to write out positive affirmations and post them all around my house, from the bathroom mirror to the kitchen cabinets to the nightstand in my room to the front door and even in my car. I repeated these affirmations over and over until I was sure about what I was saying, much like I'm sure of my name. It was like I had been drinking my own poison for 20 years, and in order to get it out of my system, I used affirmative self-talk to unlearn all of the negative stories I created about myself. I began to just take the compliments when someone would call me beautiful versus telling myself they're lying to me. No one was lying to me but me. Now, here in my hand, I hold a $100 bill. It's real. Now, what if I ball it up and throw it on the floor? Better yet, let me step on it and kick it around a bit. Now, I can create all kinds of stories about it after what just happened to it. It's wrinkled, it's dirty, it's not worth of me picking it up, and so on. But what happened to its value after everything it just went through? Well, let's see. Not only does it still have value, it is still worth $100. You, my friends, are worth more than any dollar bill. So no matter what stories you've created about past experiences that have been holding you back in life up until now, it is up to you to utilize the tools you've been given today to recreate yourself so that you too can get out of your own way and boldly live the life of a possibilitarian. Thank you.